coming in, we are learning that the World Bank now has revised the growth estimates. In fact, they say that India is looking in a good spot right now. Earlier, remember, it was 6.9% growth that they are now planning and envisaging for India at a time where, remember, inflation still remains a concern, and the top economists are also reacted to that number, and they say that this is just the beginning of the India growth story. Looking upwards, let's quickly listen in to what we just heard from a senior economist at the World Bank. This is Dhruv Sharma opining on this.
हमारा ग्रोथ प्रोजेक्शन अक्टूबर में 6.5 था. अब इस फिस्कल ईयर के लिए 6.9% हो गया. और दो रीजंस हैं. एक है कि डोमेस्टिक इकोनॉमी क्वाइट स्ट्रांग थी. कंजम्पशन, प्राइवेट कंजम्पशन और इन्वेस्टमेंट के नंबर्स जो थे वो क्वाइट स्ट्रांग थे. और जो स्लो डाउन हम एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे थे ग्लोबल इकोनॉमी में, वो जितना ज़्यादा हम एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे थे वो इतना हुआ नहीं. तो जो इम्पैक्ट है इंडिया पे वो थोड़ा कम हुआ है, इसलिए हमने अपग्रेड करा है हमारा फोरकास्ट. और इंडियन इकोनॉमी रिजिलियंट भी बहुत है. जो सारे चैलेंजेस आ रहे हैं ग्लोबल इकोनॉमी में, वो इंडियन इकोनॉमी है रिजिलियंट. और लास्ट 10 years के जो पॉलिसीज एंड इन प्लेस जो पॉलिसीज गवर्नमेंट ने डाले हैं वो उन्होंने हेल्प करा है.
Let's also get in Samiksha to help us understand more details and reactions that have come in so far on this. You know, Samiksha, does this mean that India, because of its strong fundamentals today, is standing in a very good position, and is the worst already behind us?
Well, absolutely, Deepti, talking about the projection that's been made by the World Bank, beg your pardon, which has stated that Indian economy will grow at 6.9% for this fiscal year compared to the earlier projection, which was 6.5%. Now, just to talk more about the context of this, we've seen the kind of inflation we've had in the country. Of course, it's above 6%, which is above the target range that has been set by the central bank, which is the RBI. Of course, the monetary policy will come out tomorrow, and we'll get to know whether the RBI will increase the key rates by 35 basis points to 30 basis points. But yes, when we talk about, India in comparison to other emerging countries, India has fared relatively well, given, the growth we've seen even in the rural pockets, when we talk about where there has been a definitely uptick in consumption as well as in demand, which has probably led to that uptick in growth, especially when we talk about that post-pandemic era. So all eyes, of course, will be on the RBI's monetary policy, which will be announced tomorrow. We are expecting a hike somewhere between 30 to 35%. And also the World Bank projection pretty much on the positive lines vis-a-vis other emerging countries, where a growth of 6.9% is expected compared to the earlier forecast of 6.5%.
Yes, and Samiksha, I think it will be important to see what the RBI says and does tomorrow, because the common man today is still bearing the brunt of a lot of inflation when it comes to food commodities, food prices that are still on an upswing. But we'll track that story and its fallout. Also more details, remember, as always, going up on republicworld.com. For the moment, Samiksha, thank you. We are heading into a break right now.